you have to choose, do you want to be a social media influencer or do you want to be a librarian? So if this is your attitude, then why take the board exam? I'm not being brutal or rude, but you will just lower the passing percentage of your school. I know it's been a while and New Year na. So even if it's just January 2022, a lot of people have been messaging me and asking me for tips and board exam reviewers on Malditang Librarian. So this video is going to be about the 5 reasons why you are failing the board exam. So this video is not meant to put down those who fail the board exam. These are just some of my observations from teaching review classes and from people I know. So based on my own observation, the number one reason why people fail the board exam is cramming. So every one of us is busy, every one of us have responsibilities, but for preparing for a big exam such as the board exam, you really need to prepare as early as possible. If you are busy, it's good to have a schedule that you are able to study consistently because it's better to study a little at a time than cram near the exam. And next is memorizing instead of understanding. So in my tips, I always emphasize that people should go back to the basics of each subject because the basics are the foundation of how we understand the more complicated subjects of that topic. So I know someone who memorized instead of understanding, and it won't really help you. So it's better to understand the concepts first because the memorizing will come easier. And next is not preparing enough. So in the board exam, there is a lot of requirements, and I always recommend trying to comply with these requirements as early as possible because you have to wait for your transcript of record, certificates of good moral character, and because of the pandemic and all the lockdowns, things might be delayed. So just try to get these requirements as early as possible to get it off your mind so you can focus more on studying. I know someone who failed the exam many times, but she really wants to pass the librarian's licensure exam and be a professional librarian. However, every time the deadline is near, she's always so shocked and she hasn't prepared the requirements. She didn't make it to the deadline. And I always kept sending this person's schedules, application procedures, and information from the PRC. But I eventually had to be frank with her and told her that this is no longer my responsibility but yours. So if you are really serious about passing the board exam, you should have your own initiative and try to decide what are your priorities. So at this time, if you really want to pass the board exam, then maybe other things can wait and be put aside for this exam. And another one is not focusing enough. So I had one student who kept on failing the board exam. And when I see her on social media, it seems as if she's living this social media influencer life. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with posting your life in social media. But I ended up unfollowing this person because she kept posting too much during board exam time. And in my personal opinion, you have to choose, do you want to be a social media influencer or do you want to be a librarian? So if you want to have a social media influencer career, but you also want to pass the librarian's licensure exam, then maybe decide what is your priority at this time. When I was studying for the board exam, I really deactivated my account, and this also worked for some people who passed the board exam. And next is being lazy. So sometimes you really don't feel like studying, there's no motivation at all, but we should be able to push ourselves in order to motivate ourselves to study and to pass the exam. So sometimes you don't need to study all day, you don't need to study all week or all day. You need to rest from time to time so your mind can have a break. And last is not taking the exam seriously. So I know some people have taken the exam many times and it seems as if they don't take the exam seriously and they always keep failing the practice exams and you don't see them extending any effort or initiative at all in studying. So if this is your attitude, then why take the board exam? I'm not being brutal or rude, but you will just lower the passing percentage of your school if you're not going to take the exam seriously and if you just keep on failing. So try to wait for an appropriate time when you feel ready or prepared to take the board exam. Because if you are not serious about the board exam, then why take the board exam in the first place? So that's just some of my observations on why people fail the board exam. So please comment, like, and subscribe to this channel for more videos about librarianship. But for those who have failed the board exam, don't be discouraged. There's always a next time. And if you work hard enough and study enough, maybe luck will be on your side and you will pass this time. So that's all for this video about the 5 reasons why you failed the board exam. I just started a new Facebook page, which is Philippine Library News or PH Library News, where I post and share about the news about librarianship in the Philippines. So if you have any news to share, feel free to contact me and I will help you share it. So that's all for this video. So see you next time.